Hello everyone! Today I have a review video for you on my Chic Sparrow Outlander Fergus in the A5 Deluxe size. And I know that there's like kind of a glare, but so this is kind of the mustardy yellow color. It's kind of gold. It's like a golden brown. But I did do an unboxing video of this just recently. I think I've only had this for maybe a little under a month. And I have a lot of thoughts. So I put up my review video for my Mockingbird Nightingale leather, and I got a comment on that video asking me to do a review video on this one and kind of let you guys know how I feel about it, how it's aged, things of that nature. I haven't used this as much as I would have liked to before putting up a review video, but I think that I've used it enough to kind of come up with a decent thought process on it. So, okay. So all in all, I really like this. I do. I really, really like this. And I wasn't really expecting that when I unboxed it. And I'll explain. So when I unboxed this, I got a little nervous because it is so smooth, and that's not normally the kind of leather that I gravitate towards. I usually gravitate more towards leather that's like a waypoint, where it's like really pebbly, really textured, scuffs up really easy, and just like gets really rugged over time. And so I kind of opened this and I was like, oh, I don't know about this. But I gave it a chance because I also really, really liked my Odyssey, and this one's one of my favorite ones that I own, and I will probably never get rid of it. It's the first Chic Sparrow I ever bought, and I'm in love with this leather. And so I was like, you know what? My Odyssey is really smooth, and it dings and it scratches, and it's beautiful. I mean, you look at an Odyssey and it scratches. The Odyssey is the Mr. Darcy leather. But the Odyssey line has now been retired. It's the distressed version. So I thought, you know what? I really liked my Odyssey, so maybe this will be fine. And I put up, like I said, my review video for my Mockingbird leather, and I'll link that down below. But all in all, I don't like it. I don't like my Mockingbird leather at all. So I was a little on the fence with this when I got it, because I'm really bad at researching things before I buy them. And the Fergus is a color that hasn't been reviewed very much, but I knew that I liked the color. I just didn't know how I was going to feel about the leather because it's so smooth. And from what I had heard that it didn't really scuff very easily, which I don't really like. I like when things, when leather products can be used and, tell their story and, whatnot. So I was a little nervous about it. And so when I opened this, it was just so smooth and buttery, and I mean, it's beautiful, don't get me wrong. But it was really light. It's a very, very lightweight notebook. And so I was thinking, oh no, maybe it's going to be thin like my Mockingbird is, but it's not. So I'll show you here. This is the difference. And so it is way thicker than the Mockingbird leather. And so I was like, okay, it'll be fine. So I've used it every day since I bought it, and I'm not gentle with leather. If I have something as my everyday carry, I expect it to take all the wear and tear that I can throw at it, and that's probably not the best practice for leather, because some leathers hold up really well to that and some don't. But this one really has, and it's scuffed up a little bit here, probably from my keys. Here, down here, but it hasn't really scuffed up that much. I wish that it scuffed up more, but beggars can't be choosers. So, I, all in all, really, really like this notebook, and I think that it's ended up being one of my favorite ones that I've bought from Chic Sparrow. I've bought a lot from Chic Sparrow. I've bought a lot from other companies, and I think that this is probably, if not my favorite, my second favorite next to my Odyssey. I absolutely love this notebook, and it is scuffing, it's scratching, here and there, whatever, but the color is just gorgeous. I mean, look at all of that variation here, like all these lines. Oh my God. I love it. So on the inside, it hasn't really scuffed that much. It's got a couple scuffs here and there, but it's not very, you know, it's the inside of the notebook, so it doesn't really scuff that much. But you can see here this really bright line right here, which I love, and it came with that, which I was stoked about. And what else I was worried about is with how lightweight it was, I didn't know how the leather was going to hold up to what I put in here. I do use a bullet journal, I have a commonplace notebook, I have a journal, all of this stuff that I put in here. And it's all things that I use every single day. And so it's pretty full. I mean, this guy gets pretty full. And I did put a setup video of this up right after I got it. And so you can kind of see all the stuff that I put in it. And it's pretty heavy on, you know, these elastics. And so what tends to happen with all of the stuff that I carry, these kind of like bunch in like this, and it drives me crazy. But I can't downsize. I can't bring myself to downsize what I carry. So it's either deal with that or downsize. But this one actually hasn't really done that, which I was really surprised about. I really thought that these were just going to like cave in and I was just going to have to deal with it. But they really haven't done that, and I'm so happy about it. It's awesome. Over time though, I have kind of realized that like the stitching on this edge is like really wonky. It like comes all the way out to like the edge. I mean, it is close, and then it goes back in, and then like, do you guys see that? Oh man. I mean, the stitching is so wonky here. Which it is what it is. It makes me a little uncomfortable that the stitching is so close to this edge though. It makes me a little scared because it's so close. I mean, it is right there. So that makes me a little nervous, but other than that, it came in great condition. It's beautiful. If you guys really like the soft, really smooth, buttery leather, this is so your thing because it is all of that in a bag of chips. The inside of this is so soft. It's not as soft as the Waypoint, but it's not like the Mr. Darcy. The Mr. Darcy is like scratchy. The Waypoint is like furry soft. This one is kind of like an in-between. It's really, really soft, but it's not nearly as like fluffy as the Waypoint is. But I mean, I just really, really like this. It's probably one of my favorites that I've ever bought, and it will be staying for a very long time. I might never get rid of it. But I do have a couple more coming in the mail. So there's that. I am really awful about when I say that this is the last Traveler's Notebook I'm going to buy this year, and then I buy 2 more. I have a couple unboxing videos coming. I have one probably this weekend, and then one in like 3 or 4 weeks from now. So I'm really excited about those, but don't worry, this guy will not be out of commission. He will still be doing things, but I need a name for him. So, you know, if you guys think of anything clever, let me know because he needs a name. But yeah, so I just wanted to get on here and let you guys know kind of what I'm feeling with this, how I'm using it, how I'm feeling about it. And I love it. So hopefully what I said kind of gives you some characteristic of it. It's really soft. It's not super floppy, but it's not super structured either. It's floppy. It's floppy, but it's not one of those ones that's really easily molded. I've tried really hard to mold this like my Odyssey. My Odyssey, you can see, is like squared out, awesome. And this was so easy to mold. This one's a little bit harder, and I don't know if it's just the texture of the leather, but it doesn't really hold my molding as much as my Odyssey did. So this one's a work in progress on the molding situation. But yeah, I really love this, and it seems to be a very good quality, decently heavy leather. It's still a little bit thin for my taste. I really like thicker leathers, and that's just me. This leather is, you know, I feel like it's pretty standard, but it's a little thin for me, but I think that it's beautiful, and I probably will never get rid of it because I really love the color, and I've never seen another leather color like this. I've gotten a lot of compliments and a lot of questions about this since I've had it. And people want to know where I got it and where I got this incredibly colored leather that is just something that nobody's ever seen. And I really enjoy it. So all in all, that's all I have to say. So I hope that this was helpful. And if you guys have any more questions, please feel free to leave them down below. I would love to answer them for you. And you know, if you like what you see or you like any of my other videos, please subscribe. I would love to have you on our journey. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.